happy Valentine's Day and welcome to ScreenPlay, where we discuss everything pop culture from music to movies and celebrities to comics. I will be one of your hosts, Grisel Morales, and today we will be joined by our culture writers, Sean Gurney, who will be talking about his article comparing Elon Musk to Tony Stark, and Mackenzie Muller, who will be talking about her article ranking Valentine's Day restaurants from least to most expensive. We will then have a video from Nick Micah that divides into ways you can spend your Valentine's Day. Finally, we will play our Valentine's Day theme screen time. So, Mackenzie, so can you tell me a little bit about your article? I know you are talking about like different restaurants we could go on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so basically since it is Valentine's Day, I wanted to do something kind of festive and fun. So I wrote kind of almost like a review of different restaurants you could go to. And since we are college students and we often are on a budget, I based it on most expensive or least expensive to most expensive. So one of the first ones I talked about was basically just having a dinner at home. If you have a significant other, you can always make them a dinner because it's not that expensive, and you know it's something that's fun and it could be a bonding experience. And then I just went on to go talk about different restaurants that I've been to over time, and I kind of just, even if they don't have a Valentine's Day menu, it's a good place to go either for a date or with friends on Valentine's Day. So.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with you on the first one. My first question that I have is like, what inspired you to write about like restaurants for Valentine's Day?
Like I said, definitely just, you know, since it was Valentine's Day, I wanted to do something kind of festive, but I'm someone who likes to try a bunch of different restaurants and different types of food and stuff, so I thought that I could kind of compile all of the places that I've been to recently and kind of my favorites, because I like to kind of find places that aren't too expensive either too. So
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it's good for people who want to do something different but not kind of go out of their budget for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so since you said that you like to try like different restaurants, which one would you like recommend, or like which one do you like to go based on the list that you have on your article?
Based on the list, I think for the inexpensive ones, I would say Taco Madre. It's really good. They have really good tacos and like tortas and stuff. And they have specialty tacos there too, so those are super good because they're really flavorful. And then for the more expensive one, I have to say Bien Trucha, because they have tapa style, which is where they bring out kind of like small portion sizes of tacos or whatever you buy, and you kind of just eat it as you go. So it's really cool and a good experience.
Yeah, I've been there, so I really like it too. So
I
agree with you on that one. And then my last question for you, like, what are your plans for tonight? Are you planning on going to one of those restaurants that you recommended?
I think I'm just kind of going to chill and get maybe like a heart-shaped pizza or something, because Pizza Hut or like a bunch of different pizza places do that. So I'll probably just do that and maybe get like dessert or something, just hang out.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Thank you for sharing your article. Now we're going to move on to Sean. So about your article, I know you wrote about Elon Musk or Tony Stark.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about your article?
Yeah, absolutely. So what really inspired me to write this article was last week, Elon Musk, who is the head of SpaceX and Tesla, launched the Falcon Heavy rocket into space. And the goal for this rocket is eventually to get to Mars.
Yeah.
And in order to like test that he could get a payload of that size into the orbit and then eventually out into Mars, he put his own personal Tesla Roadster in it. And like that just seems like the craziest thing, the craziest like most rich person thing you can do is just, let's go ahead and strap a car to this rocket and into space. So
it's pretty creative though.
It was creative, and like I mean, he's got the money to do it, but just it blows my mind how. And like I watched the stream of it live. I watched the rocket take off, and then not only did the rockets go up and the car went into space, but like the rockets then came down and like landed by themselves. So just to be used again. So it's just he's like the technology that he's doing is crazy. And I was like, what other, not necessarily real life, but what other person do we know of that is big into like luxury cars and rockets and all like alternative energy? And the one answer is Tony Stark. Yeah. So I had to go into a bit more of an in-depth research on how these two characters are similar.
Yeah. So are you into like Tesla, or how did you find out that information, or like what basically inspired you to write about?
So I mean, I'm really, like, I love space.
Okay.
And SpaceX right now is the hottest thing in space. Like, NASA hasn't been doing so hot, and Jeff Bezos from Amazon, he hasn't quite gotten his rocket program up yet. So Tesla's like the hottest thing right now. So when I heard that they've been launching these rockets, but this Falcon Heavy rocket that's the big one now. That's the largest currently active rocket. So I was like, there's I want to follow this. And then my buddy texted me saying, hey, there's a live stream, and we kind of both had like a little geek out session. Like, our minds were just blown by watching this rocket take off. So.
And I agree with you. Like, Tesla's really advanced in the technology.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got like self-driving cars. So, like, between Tesla and SpaceX, they're killing it in the technology game.
Okay. And when you were writing this article, did it spark to you like right away, like, oh, this guy's like Tony Stark?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the first one to make that connection. I'm going to be totally honest. But when I got towards the end of writing it, I kind of wrapped it up with just a little conclusion paragraph, and I was like, so in the past like not 30 days, but in the past couple months, Elon Musk has launched and landed several rockets. He's a big like luxury car guy. He's got like self-driving cars, and like he's kind of into AI and like a lot of like robots. He's actually, side note, he's now released consumer grade flamethrowers that sold out in 24 hours at $500 a pop. So he's into like flamethrowers now too. Yeah. And I was then thinking like, so Tony Stark is rich. He's got a lot of cars. He's got Jarvis, his AI system. He's into rockets. He's built a rocket suit. And then depending on what version of the character you're thinking about, that rocket suit also has flamethrowers on it. So like, it's possible that Elon Musk is actually Iron Man.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so thank you for sharing. Thanks for joining us today, and now let's take a look at our video segment for the week, which was produced by Nick Micah. In today's multimedia piece, Nick guides us on ways we could spend our Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, also known as February 14th, arguably one of the more romantic holidays. Love is in the air, and the day is filled with cheesy cards and heart-shaped chocolate and pizza. Looking for something to do on this lovely day? No pun intended. Treat yourself to a nice dinner with your boo, or stay at home binge-watching Stranger Things. Again. You could potentially even road trip to Tennessee, because you're the only 10 I see. God, I hate myself. Anyways, you can find yourself sitting at home tonight, or you can be studying because it's the middle of the semester, or you can go out ice skating. Sitting on Pinterest has never been so great. Start pinning ideas for your next year's date, and be sure to have someone. You could set a goal, but realistically, you'll probably never know. I guess shopping is an option too, but I would wait until tomorrow until there's all that, discounted food. Anyways, happy Valentine's Day.
Now it's time to move on to our Valentine's Day edition of Screen Time, a special theme segment of ScreenPlay. In this segment, Valentine's Day themed topics will be chosen from our pool of submissions, and we'll have a short amount of time, 60 seconds to be exact. When the time is up, the topic gets thrown out, and we have to move on to the next chosen submission. Okay, so let's start with our questions that we have. Do you want to pick the first one?
Sure. Okay. This one says, best food to eat on Valentine's Day.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I'd probably say the heart-shaped pizza.
Heart-shaped pizza.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of fun and festive, and depending on where you go, it's not expensive either. So I think that's always a fun way to celebrate.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
Right now, just off the top of my head, that pizza sounds really good. Like, not even on Valentine's Day. Pizza's great any time of the year for me personally.
Yeah, I would not go with pizza. I would go with like Chinese food. Like I like it, so I would probably choose that. Okay. So I'll do the other one, the other question. So let's see what it is. So favorite Valentine's Day candy. So out of top of my head, I don't have one specifically. Like I like chocolate, so I'm kind of basic with the chocolate. I don't know about you guys.
I would say sour punch straws, the strawberry ones, because they're pink for Valentine's Day, but they're also really good. So, yeah, I would say those.
Yeah, for me personally, not necessarily a very popular opinion anymore because it's so cliche, but those like candy hearts, the ones that taste like chalk.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. Like, I could eat Tums all day, and they have like the same exact taste. So like that's for me. Like those candy hearts for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move to another one. Do you want to pick one?
All right. I think that's just one.
Okay.
All right. What does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Ooh, that's a good one. For me, it would basically be like spending time with your loved ones. If you're single, like probably like family, or like if you're not single, like your significant other. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
How about you guys?
I would agree too with the same thing, and I think a lot of people kind of have a bad opinion about Valentine's Day, especially if they are single. But lately, I know a lot of people celebrate like Galentine's Day for like your girlfriends and stuff. So I think more and more often it's becoming just a way to celebrate with friends and kind of show people you care. So.
Friends and family.
Yeah, there's Singles Awareness Day. Like it's been called that among my group of friends, but. Yeah, like you said, like people that are really just close to you, as any holiday really is. It's just another opportunity to just get with people that you know, and it's got a different theme to it. There's like those, I don't know if anyone's seen them, but like those Comic Sans, like really bad Valentines. Like I'm a big fan of those. I love sending those out, and so it's just it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, you're right. It's about being with the people that you're close to.
Okay, so we have a couple more. Do you want to get the other one, Mackenzie?
Favorite Valentine's Day memory?
I don't have one, so that's a hard one.
I don't think I have like a specific memory, but always being in like middle school or elementary school when you make all the boxes for the like candy and everything.
Yeah,
I think
when you
that
do
was
like
fun.
the exchange, the little like Valentine's cards.
Everybody's got like the bag, and you go around the room and you drop one in each bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where I stand on
now
that.
Now that
too.
you bring that up, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so let me get another one. The last one before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Let's see. Any Valentine's Day plans for tonight?
I'm just gonna get the heart-shaped pizza. I'm pretty excited for that. And I made a heart-shaped like pink cake today too. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. How about you, Sean?
Not really sure yet. I know that day is kind of coming to a close real quick, so I don't know. But I will check back. I know time's ticking down, but I got a little Hail Mary planned that I put in motion a little bit ago, and we'll see. It might be just another night of eating chicken nuggets on the couch for me. Who knows? Yeah,
well, thanks for sharing. And now that concludes this episode of ScreenPlay. Join us next time for more talk about pop culture and things going on in the community. If you would like to show your love for ScreenPlay or have suggestions for us, would like to be on the show, find us on Twitter at AU Spartan Media or tweet us using the hashtag AU ScreenPlay. And a big thanks to our writers, Sean and Mackenzie, for being on the show today. I'm your host, Griselle. Until next time, and happy Valentine's Day.